Okay, so today we're going deep on XPR Network
Yeah.
and how it's shaking up the world of cross-border payments.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. We've got this source, why XPR Network beats AVAX, Solana, and XRP,
Okay.
and a bunch of social media posts that are making some pretty big claims. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, they're saying XPR Network is going to like totally change how we move money across borders.
Really?
Yeah. So is this all hype or is there something really revolutionary happening here? I guess that's what we're here to find out, right?
Absolutely. Let's dive in.
All right. So the source is pretty upfront about it. They say XPR Network has these crazy low transaction fees,
Like, how low are we talking?
like almost zero, basically. And, compared to what traditional remittance services charge,
Yeah, this can be outrageous.
totally. Sometimes they take like 10% or even more.
Oh, I've heard horror stories.
It's wild. Like, imagine sending $100 and only 90 actually gets to your family.
Ugh. Yeah, that's not right.
Well, that's what XPR Network is trying to fix.
Makes sense.
But it's not just about the fees. The source also says XPR transactions settle like instantly.
Interesting. So what does that even mean in the blockchain world?
It's all about finality.
Finality.
Yeah. So with some blockchains, you have to wait for a bunch of confirmations before a transaction is actually settled.
Right, right.
But XPR Network, they do it differently. They have instant finality. So as soon as you make the transaction, boom, it's done.
So no waiting around, no wondering if it went through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can see how that would be huge for cross-border payments.
Yeah.
You need that speed and certainty.
Absolutely. I mean, time is money, right?
For sure. So, okay, we've got speed, we've got low cost, but can XPR Network actually handle all those global transactions?
Good question. The source does talk about scalability, but
Okay.
how does that actually work?
Well, that's where the Metal blockchain comes in.
Metal blockchain, okay.
Yeah, it's this whole system that's designed to handle a ton of transactions, like really high throughput.
So it can keep up with demand as more and more people start using XPR?
Exactly. That's the idea.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it seems like they've really thought this through.
It does. So, but how does XPR actually compare to some of the big names out there?
Oh, yeah, the source specifically mentions Avalanche and Solana.
Right.
Well, the way they put it is that XPR Network is purpose-built for financial transactions,
I see.
while some of the others are more general purpose.
So more specialized.
Exactly. And that might give XPR an edge when it comes to speed and cost, especially for cross-border payments.
Yeah, that makes sense. But the crypto space is constantly changing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What looks like an advantage today could be gone tomorrow.
That's true. And speaking of change, the source does mention that XPR Network is still being developed, upgrades and stuff.
Right, and they're migrating to that Metal blockchain too.
Yeah, exactly. So what does all that mean? What are the implications?
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword.
How so?
On one hand, it means XPR Network might not be fully realized yet.
Still room to grow?
Exactly. There's potential for even more improvements and expansion. But on the other hand, the market, it wants to see results now.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, investors often jump on projects that are already up and running.
The ones that are generating hype. So XPR Network being in this development phase.
It might not be on everyone's radar just yet.
So it's like a hidden gem kind of thing.
Potentially. Yeah, I mean, the potential's definitely there. But the market hasn't caught on.
Interesting. So what are people actually saying about XPR Network? Let's see what the social media buzz is all about.
Sure thing.
Okay, so from what I'm seeing, there's definitely a passionate community building up around XPR.
Seems like it, yeah.
And all the social media posts, they're talking about those key features. The instant transactions, the super low fees.
Right, and the people who really get the problems with traditional cross-border payments, they seem really excited about it.
Makes sense. I mean, they're the ones who would benefit the most.
Exactly.
It's interesting how the community is really getting behind it, even though the project's still in development.
Yeah. It shows they believe in the long-term vision.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's do a quick recap.
That's good.
So we've learned that XPR Network could totally disrupt cross-border payments
Potentially, yeah.
with its near-zero fees, instant finality, and focus on scalability.
And the Metal blockchain.
Right, that too. But it's still early days. The project's still under development, and the market hasn't fully realized its potential.
True.
So I guess the big question is what happens if XPR Network actually delivers on all these promises?
Yeah, what kind of future could we be looking at?
How will this tech change global commerce? How will it empower people around the world? I mean, it's something to really think about. And we definitely encourage everyone to dig deeper and explore this space further.
couldn't agree more. It's a fascinating topic.
It really is.
I'm glad we could dive into it today.
Me too. Thanks for joining me.
Anytime.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning into this deep dive on XPR Network. We'll catch you next time.
See them.
Bye.